After losing the Champions League final to PSG, it's said that Arsenal's gonna hit to submit the opening bid for Julián Alvarez. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? I know you're watching us from my go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm here to obviously broadcast and really bring you this big story of Julián Alvarez. We are having Nunez in there for you, and also Gabriel Magalhaes and his apology to the Arsenal fans after going ahead to bottle that penalty that would have gone ahead to obviously take them to the next phase of fast loser session in there for you. And good morning. Continue to subscribe. I would like to congratulate everyone because we've gone ahead to hit 29,000 subscribers, and it's really a very huge milestone that we've gone ahead to hit, and I'm really happy for this. And guys, would we be there if it was not you guys? The answer is no. Whatever we've gone ahead to achieve in here, it's because of you guys and your loyalty that you've gone ahead to show us, and you guys are really great, and that's why I give you a lot of respect when it comes to this channel. You guys drive it, and my job is to obviously come in through and bring you the latest news and my reaction, and I welcome in your reactions thereafter in the comment section. So you are comment section FC, right? But very soon I'll be getting some people to join me here and obviously break down certain matters of football importance, right? So let's obviously head into this. Before the Champions League final, Barcelona raided Atletico Madrid for their center forward who goes by names of Julián Alvarez, and they even submitted their first bid of 100 million euros that was rejected by Atletico Madrid, and lots of posts were put onto the official X account of Atletico Madrid mocking Barcelona, and they are like, we've gone ahead to sign Lamine, we've gone ahead to sign Rafinha, you get? And they are like firing back at Barcelona in there for you. So Atletico Madrid and Barcelona are not seeing eye to eye, and it looks like Atleti might not be willing to obviously sell this player to Barcelona. And they're like, all right, we can sell this player elsewhere when it's not Barcelona. And now, Arsenal is like, all right, let's also make our first foremost tape and show interest in this guy. And what has Arsenal gone ahead to do? We have a story coming in through from a journalist of the Argentinian national team. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? She's called Veronica Branati, journalist of the Argentine national team. Have you heard? She's a journalist for the Argentine national team. Right? And what is the national team of Julián Alvarez? It's obviously Argentina. Now, if the journalist of the national team of the player we are talking about comes out and says that Arsenal made an offer to begin negotiations with Atletico Madrid for Julián Alvarez at 100 million euros plus a player. Guys, have you heard that? Have you heard that? Can I hear you say yes? Yeah? Have you heard that? Arsenal have gone ahead to make a bid of 100 million euros plus a player. Right? And the last time I knew, Arsenal was willing to offer Gabriel Martinelli to Atletico Madrid plus money and get a player known as Julián Alvarez. You understand? So that's where we are. Arsenal has countered Barcelona with yet another big offer. Because for Barcelona, when they came into this deal, the first opening proposal they made was all about 100 million euros only. You get? Arsenal has gone ahead to obviously match their official opening bid of 100 million euros, and they've added a player. Which player, we don't know. But if you've been following up on this channel, you know very well that we have broken a story here that Gabriel Martinelli is one of those players that Arsenal wants to use as a make weight on the deal of Julián Alvarez. That is really very, very, very important to obviously note. So, as it stands right now, Arsenal is also trying to obviously push. I told you that what was holding Arsenal back was all about the Champions League final. No sooner the Champions League final really got done, Arsenal went ahead to counter Barcelona. And I'm telling you, Atletico Madrid is going to play an L game for this deal because he knows that a bidding war is very important for this. You understand? A bidding war is really very, very, very important, right? So, if a bidding war is very important for Atletico Madrid to achieve what they want, then they need to show Barcelona that we are not going to sell you the player. Even if at a certain point X they will sell the player either to Barcelona or Arsenal or PSG or any other team that has gone ahead to match their valuation, it plays in their favor to obviously play the L game. Because the moment the World Cup starts, when this deal is not yet done and dusted, I tell you, Julián Alvarez will know his future after the World Cup. Because he won't need to be unsettled or disturbed when he is with with Argentina. And it will be hard for the board to obviously tell Julián Alvarez to leave the camp of Argentina to obviously go and sign for Barcelona. It will be very hard. So, Atletico Madrid know all this. And they're like, we are obviously gonna let this bidding war take its course. You never know. We might get the best of results from this deal. And indeed they will. Because if they are to milk out every penny from this deal, they can even get 150 million euros. Do you know why? Liverpool last season went ahead and bought Florian Wirtz, who is nowhere near the level of this guy, and they paid 150 million euros. Now, tell me how Atleti can fail to get 100 million euros, from the deal of this player. How can that be possible? Because Florian Wirtz is 23 years of age, right? And Alvarez, I think he's 25. He's going to turn 26. Alvarez is 26 years of age. So, the age difference is just 3. You understand? So, tell me how this deal won't get to that amount of money. Because Florian Wirtz, in his last season at Bayer Leverkusen, he played 31 games in the league, 10 goals and 14 assists in there for you. And let's see, what has Julián Alvarez delivered? Julián Alvarez, what has been his delivery at Atletico Madrid the previous season? He has played 29 games of the La Liga, 8 goals and 4 assists, 12 goal involvements. This one had 28 goal involvements, but in the Bundesliga, and you cannot compare the Bundesliga to this. Now let's go to the Champions League. Florian Wirtz, because this is where we can obviously get them all. At Bayer Leverkusen, 9 games, 6 goals and 1 assist. Julián Alvarez this season, 15 matches, 10 goals and 5 assists. Have you heard? Guys, I tell you, Atleti is yet to yield big from this transfer. I tell you, they will yield big because they sell expensively. That is it. And they know what it means to obviously have this guy in here for you. So, as it stands, the club of Arsenal has gone ahead to obviously make its bid, because they need to obviously send a message to this guy known as Julián Alvarez and Atletico Madrid that we are serious. Whatever Barca can do, we can do. But the problem with players coming in from South America is they are so much pro Barcelona, Real Madrid. You understand? They want so much to play for those clubs because they grew up supporting those clubs. But I think football has shifted. That's why you seem to eat that. In the final, 2022-2023 Champions League final, it was Man City and Inter Milan. 2023-2024 Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. 2024-2025 PSG Inter Milan, right? 2025-2026 Arsenal PSG. Now, in those 4 finals, I've gone ahead to read, Spain has represented, I think, twice. I think once with Real Madrid. Right? Not so? 4 times. So, they haven't obviously showcased in a Champions League final ever since Real Madrid came in through and won it in 2024. Meaning that next season, you cannot guarantee that there is a Spanish team that will obviously reach what we call the final of the Champions League. So, what they need to understand is that football has shifted to the Premier League. And the problem the Premier League really went ahead to have this season was, one, the Premier League went ahead to obviously encounter some problems that their teams like Chelsea went ahead to sack the manager, Enzo Maresca, of which I believe, if at all he had stayed, would have gone ahead to take Chelsea to different levels in there for you. And I don't think that PSG would have gone ahead to find it easy to wall up Chelsea like that, you know, in, was it the quarterfinals in there for you? Then you go to a side known as Liverpool. I did a story yesterday about Liverpool and their manager. You know, the dressing room had already gone ahead to disown the manager, meaning that they had lost it all in the game of Galatasaray, meaning that there was nothing to bring back, you know. So, I want to let you know that the side of Liverpool had problems. The other side was Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, of which they really had problems. But God has blessed them again that they are taking 5 teams to the Champions League. And those 5 teams, I think, can obviously dominate the Champions League next season. Liverpool, with a good summer transfer window, they can be a good side to compete. Manchester United, with a good summer transfer window, they can obviously compete. Arsenal, sure deal they will, you know. Then you talk about Man City, obviously they will in there. Then you talk about Aston Villa, you know. In their last outing, they played in a semi-final of the Champions League. Have people forgotten? Have people forgotten? You know, you guys. Aston Villa beat PSG last season in what we call, it was the quarterfinal. It was the quarterfinal. You get 3-2, you know, and it was they missed out by whisker to obviously knock out this side, if people really remember what really happened in there. So, Aston Villa, back to the Champions League, trying to reinforce and obviously get in big players. I tell you, it's not going to be an easy side, you know. So, Julián Alvarez needs to know that. And secondly, Argentina is playing its first friendly on the 7th. Today is 1st June. Now, the 7th of June, he will be ready for that friendly. And Argentina is going to be playing against Honduras. And I think they'll obviously do the needful. And on the 10th of June, they'll play Iceland before they obviously play their opening game on the 15th of June. Meaning that in this particular week, a lot of things are really going to happen. And we will be told what decision has been taken in there. So Arsenal have submitted a Julián Alvarez bid. I don't know what your thoughts are about it. It's coming in from a source that is close to the Argentine national team, where Julián Alvarez is and is training with the Argentine national team. So when we speak that, you now understand that there is something cooking, right? Something is indeed cooking from that side. So let's leave it at that, and let's go to Barcelona in there for you. But Barcelona are promising that they're obviously going to attack again with a much more flexible bid. That's what we are getting in through from Barcelona, I tell you. So, the other story coming in through says that Al Hilal, it's from Mundo Deportivo, offered the name of Darwin Nunez to Barcelona during negotiations for João Cancelo. Now, we all know to it that Darwin Nunez has fallen out with Al Hilal, and he wants to obviously get back to Europe. And they knew it way back. And indeed, when they're negotiating a deal of Cancelo coming through, I think, the January transfer window to Barcelona on a loan, obviously, they also told Barcelona that there is a player known as Darwin Nunez. Now, Darwin Nunez, I think his transfer to Liverpool made him really look bad. But indeed, there is a player in Darwin Nunez. I remember in the summer of 2022, I think that's when Real Madrid went ahead to beat Liverpool in the final of the Champions League. We really saw Darwin Nunez wanted by almost every club. Barcelona wanted Darwin Nunez. Man United wanted Darwin Nunez. Liverpool wanted him. And Liverpool went ahead and really pulled out a very scary move. And indeed, they went ahead to obviously sign this player called Darwin Nunez. You understand? And when they went ahead to sign him, I was like, they've done it so fast. They've done it so fast. And because he had gone ahead to score very many goals in Benfica, you know, he came in through and we had huge expectations. You understand? But I think no one went ahead to miss more big chances than this guy, you know? And it was not that he was not getting chances. He was getting chances, but he couldn't convert these chances into goals. That is Darwin Nunez for you. And I think that's what went ahead to cause problems to him at Liverpool, but he's a very good player. Now, Barcelona, in their situation where they are that Lewandowski has left and they might not be having a lot of money, I think they might obviously tell Al Hilal that, all right, can we get him on a loan? Like we did on Cancelo, and then we'll do the needful to obviously bring in more money as you guys want. Can we go that way in there? So that is yet something to obviously come in here and really discuss about. And I think it speaks volumes to the side of Atleti, so to the side of Barcelona, that there is a player that would come in through and obviously do the job for them as a number 9. And with the Julián Alvarez deal stalling, they might really want another player to come in through and then look out for another player like Julián Alvarez. Because if we head to the 7th of this month, when this deal hasn't been really done and dusted, you know what? It won't really make any more sense. That means they would have gone ahead to prolong the deal until what we call the World Cup finish, when Argentina really gets knocked out. Personal terms might be agreed, but the amount of money that they want will obviously make a huge noise in here for you. So that is all about Al Hilal in there for you. And they offered Darwin Nunez to the side of Barcelona. Now, the Arsenal defender, and I think he really looked good than any other central defender at Arsenal this season, who goes by the names of Gabriel Magalhaes, right, has come out and said, it's painful, but I'm proud of this team and everything we achieved together this season. Thank you to our incredible fans for your support every step of the way. You deserve to celebrate this journey with us and enjoy the parade. See you next season. That is Big Gabby for you. Now, humiliated as he was, disappointed after really missing out that penalty that gave away the trophy to a side known as PSG, he is still having the power and the courage to obviously come out and tell them that we are gonna be back. That is it. We are gonna be back, and that's the message he's sending to the Arsenal fans, that we are gonna be back. Nothing's obviously gonna stop us, and that's the spirit that he really wants. And he's going to the World Cup, and you know that the World Cup, they're obviously gonna be playing a team. They're gonna be playing very many teams, and to me, my favorites are Brazil. That is it. People might say what they are saying, but I've always told you that Brazil has always needed a manager, and they really have a good manager in Carlo Ancelotti. And I tell you, it's not a question of players. They do have good players. It has always been a question of managers, and that's what Brazil has to offer to this side. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name, and I think Big Gabby exonerated himself, and the fans cannot really put him onto the what? Onto the spot, because he has really played very well, and he has put out a very huge shift as a player. Though he missed a penalty, anyone can miss a penalty. I can bring you clips of very, very notable players missing penalties in there for you. And for example, Kylian Mbappe, you know, when Switzerland knocked them out in the Euros of 2021, you know, Kylian Mbappe went ahead to miss a penalty. Do you remember? It's Kylian Mbappe that missed a penalty. So don't come out and obviously blame the guy. You know, he played his part. When you go to penalties, obviously there is no one who is rest assured of going in through to the next round in penalties. Let's all be realistic. You know, so I would like to see you guys celebrating this guy for what he has gone ahead to do. And I think he is the reason as to why Arsenal is where they are with that unbeaten record, you know, very many clean hits, 9 in the Champions League. So let's not bash him. He deserves all the due respect. Your thoughts on to Arsenal submitting a Julián Alvarez bid are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about this bid? And secondly, Al Hilal offered to Barcelona. Do you think Barcelona really need to get in Nunez ahead of a season where they feel like they should come back and really compete at all fronts in the league, you know? And lastly, what do you think about the apology that Gabriel Magalhaes has gone ahead to put out on his Instagram after missing out on a penalty? So, from Rokani David and the entire team of the Rokani Media Football, I sign out for now. See you later. And it's the first video of the day, and more is set to come from this side. We love you, and just continue to subscribe, because we've gone ahead to hit 29,000 subscribers. Now we are left with just 84 to hit 29,100. So please, lower left bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. I'm out. Bye bye. We love you, and keep it this channel, because you guys are the ones that make us who we are. Good morning.